and today I'm going to be doing my second book haul of January. I figured since it is getting close to the end of the month that I will go ahead and do my second book haul. I did pre-order some books that are coming on January 31st, but I will include those in my first February book haul probably, since I'm doing this one. I don't want to do another one for just like 3 books. So the first book I got was Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth, and I'm actually a little more than halfway through this one. I started reading about 2 days ago, so I will probably finish it tomorrow or the next day. I'm hoping to finish it before January is over so I can include this in my wrap-up, and that'll get me to, I think, 5 books, but I'll probably read a graphic novel too, so that'll get me to 6 books, hopefully, because my goal was 8 books this month, and I don't think I've read like any that were on my TBR, maybe 1 that was on my TBR this month, so it'll be interesting to see where I end up at the end of January. But anyway, so this book is about a girl who lives in a world where everybody has a gift based on the current that is in space, and her current gift is a gift that is very debilitating, and so she is in pain all the time, but she can also inflict pain on others, and everybody has a fate, and their fate is, or not everybody has a fate, only a few people have a fate, and the fate chosen are considered to be lucky, but a lot of them aren't, and a lot of them, their fates are not what they would want them to be. And so Syra, the main character in this book, her brother uses her current gift to get people to do what he wants them to, but she doesn't really like that. And Akos is the guy main character, and he is from the other side of their planet, and Syra's brother ends up kidnapping Akos and bringing him to their side of the planet, and his brother as well, and using them for his own benefit. And also Akos's gift is to conceal the current so he can actually ease Syra's pain. So far I'm really enjoying this book a lot more than I expected to. I mean, I love Veronica Roth. I'm a huge Divergent fan, so it's actually not a surprise that I do enjoy this book so much, but I heard some things about it that made me kind of think maybe there were some racist things in it, and I still wanted to give it a chance anyway because I love Veronica Roth, and it turns out that I'm not finding anything racist in this book at all, so I'm glad that I gave this book a shot. So I obviously am still reading it, so there could be stuff towards the end that I don't know about, but whatever. Anyway, so this is the first book that I got. Next books that I got were the whole Paper Princess series, which I guess is called the Royals Trilogy. And this one is about a girl who lives on the streets basically with her mother, and when her mother dies, and a very wealthy man with 3, or is it 5? 5 sons ends up taking her into his home, and she has to learn to live with these 5 guys that are basically just super mean, and they want her to go back to where she came from. And I thought that maybe this would be just a fun little romance trilogy, kind of sort of like the Selection series, so I thought I'd give this a try, and I just went ahead and picked up all 3 because they were only like $7 a piece. So the next book that I picked up was Empire Storms, which is part of the Throne of Glass series, and I've only read the first book, but I really loved it, so I just went ahead and bought the whole entire series. It's all right here. And I also got this month The Assassin's Blade, which I know some people say to read this after first book, but I'm going to go ahead and read it at the end because I know this has like Sam in it, and I don't want that to kind of add another romantic element into what's already going on in Throne of Glass and make it confusing. So I'm gonna read this one last, and so I did pick up this one because I know I'm gonna probably read the whole series because I've heard that it's just all really great, and it just gets better as it goes. So I'm a little disappointed that they only had the hardcover in this one because it just came out a couple months ago, because all my other ones are the paperback, so they kind of look weird together. I'll probably end up getting either all the hard copies or all paperback copies, or both, just so that I have them like neatly on my bookshelf, because I'm weird and OCD like that about Next, my books. I got 3 graphic novels, which I forgot to write the other one. And so the first one is Sega Volume 3, because I finished the second one this month, and of course I loved it, so I had to pick up the third one. And I'm sorry, this artwork is just so awesome, and I love them. I love them. I dropped my book. Okay, and then the next one I got was Monstrous, and this one, the artwork looks so awesome in it, and I'm trying to find something that I can show you guys. Like, it just looks so cool, and it's basically just about this really badass girl like overcoming her fear, and it just looked really cool, so I picked it up. I'm not really sure like all of what it's about, but the artwork just really intrigued me, so I picked it up. And then the next one that I got was The Wicked and the Divine. And again, this is one where the artwork really intrigued me, and it just sounds like a really awesome like fantasy based graphic novel. So it says, every 90 years 12 gods return. As young people they are loved, they are hated. In 2 years they are all dead. It's happening now, it's happening again. So yes, I picked that up. And then I also went ahead and picked up Milk and Honey, which I've just heard like really great things about this. This is another one, but I didn't really know much about. I knew it was like a poetry book, and I've already read a little bit of it, and it has like these little like illustrations in it, and I feel like it'll be a really fast read, but it's like supposed to be really deep, and it's about like hurting, loving, breaking, and healing. And it says in it that it's like 21 years of writings that she's done, so it's kind of cool. Like, she's gone through life and she's lived all this, you know, these different experiences, and she's put it into a book. So I'm excited to read this. I've really heard amazing things about it. And then the next one I got, I heard about on Elliot Brooks' channel, which I will link her channel below so you can check her out, and that is Prince of Thorns. And this is more of an adult novel, and I've heard it's very dark, but it's really good. There's a lot of action in it, and it's about this guy a prince who watches his brother and his mother get murdered, and then he goes to kind of like take back his throne from the person who kind of took over his throne. So it sounds really good. It's something I'm trying to branch out more into some adult fiction, so I went ahead and grabbed this. It doesn't look like a very like long book. So the next book that I picked up is actually a book written by a fellow booktuber, and you guys all know him as Cam from Wolfshot Publishing, and his book is The Architects of the Gifted, The Scarlet Reaper. This is the first one in I think it's a trilogy, and I think he's written 2 of the 3 books. But I've started it, and so far it's good. And it's about basically an ordinary boy who is trying to get the attention of a very pretty girl, and there's a big devastating thing that happens to his city, and he ends up finding out like all these dark secrets about the city that he lives in, and he ends up finding out that he has these powers. And from what I understand from a lot of people who have read it, and from the author himself, that Carter is dealt a very shitty hand throughout this series, and it keeps the reader very interested in the book. So I hope that Carter finds some peace and, you know, gets the girl maybe, I don't know. But I'm really excited to finish this. I'm actually going to be buddy reading it with Holly from My Adult Life. So, and I think we're gonna do like a live show and maybe ask Cam to be in it as well to kind of discuss it, so I'm excited about that, so watch out for that. The next book I got is First Life by Gina Showalter. Not even good. Okay. Anyway, so this one is a historical fiction, and the second one is about to come out. This book is about a girl who lives in an asylum, and she's like the craziest of the crazies, I guess, and her parents get to decide like where she goes in the afterlife, and there are 2 different places you can go. They're called, oh, I'm not even gonna try that. No, but anyway, so there's 2 realms in power, and they're basically rivals, and it just sounds really interesting. There's a love aspect to this book, and the cover just really intrigued me, so I'm excited to read this and get the second book as well, if I like this one. Or I might just get it because I want to complete the series on my bookshelf, because I'm a book addict. Anyway, so the last 2 books that I got are both writing books to help me with my writing. And the first one is Structuring Your Novel, Essential Keys for Writing an Outstanding Story. And I thought this would kind of just help with my structure issues that I have in my current novel that I'm writing. I plan on finishing my book and then kind of going back through and writing like a brief summary of each chapter, and then kind of figuring out where I have plot holes and things missing in my story, and then going back and fixing them, obviously, because that's what you do. And then the next book, and I figured that would kind of help me with that. So, and then the next one I got is Outlining Your Novel, a workbook, because I actually got like the regular book for this, so I wanted to get the workbook that went along with it. And this one has step-by-step exercises for planning your best book, and I plan on kind of using this with my next book. I have a couple ideas in my mind, but I want to finish my current novel before I start another one. I was kind of toying with the idea of going ahead and starting one, but I figured that would just slow down the process of finishing my current book, which I am glad to say that I have come to a point where I am over the hump. The slump hump. I'm over the slump hump because I finally got past the point of my story that is just, I just did not know where to go with it, and I think I have my books that I've been purchasing and reading. I have to give them credit for that, because without those books I probably would not have gone anywhere with this story. I would have just been lost. So if you're stuck in your story, you should check out some of these books that I've picked up recently, because they have helped significantly. And anyway, I wrote like, I think 1,500 words yesterday, so that's more than I've written all month. So I'm really excited about that, and I feel really good about it, and I feel really good about my goal of finishing at the end of March, as long as I don't get into any more slumps. And I honestly feel like, and I think I've said this before, that NaNoWriMo really did put me in that slump. So I don't even know if I'm going to do Nano next year, because I feel like it was just too much at once, and then created this like, I don't want to write kind of feeling for me. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see when Nano comes next year, and where I am with my next book and everything. So now that I kind of went on this random rant that it has nothing to do with a book haul, this book I think is going to help a lot. And it has like creating your own personalized outline process, brainstorm premise and plot ideas, discover your characters, choose and create the right settings, organize your scenes, and so much more. And really, I should do like an AuthorTube book haul with all of these different books, so that people who are more of just AuthorTube people can kind of read some of these. So I'll probably be doing that soon. So if you're an author, well, I guess if you aren't watching this video, then you're not going to know that I'm saying this, but then yeah, I'm going to be doing kind of a book and telling a little bit more about these books and going a little more into depth, so that if you're in need of some good books to read to help you with your writing process, you can do that. So I think that is all I have for my book haul. That was kind of a lot of books, because I did kind of push it off because I've had a lot of videos to get caught up on. I still have some tags that I need to do, so I'll probably do an extra video this weekend. And yeah, so I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!